Want my love, baby, earn it. Yeah, dancing on my own. See if you can follow. Got me feeling alive. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. I want. Hear me now, I do what I want. Are you ready now? 'Cause it won't be easy. Only get what you work for. Gotta go all out. Whenever you see me, don't be wasting my time. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Hear me now. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. I do what I want.
Good morning. What's new, pussycat?
Thought that you should know I've been going solo. Want my love, baby, earn it. Yeah, dancing on my own. See if you can follow. Got me feeling alive. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. I want. Hear me now, I do what I want. Are you ready now? 'Cause it won't be easy. Only get what you work for. Gotta go all out. Whenever you see me, don't be wasting my time. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Hear me now. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. I do what I want.
Good morning. What's new, pussycat?
Good morning. And for once, it's actually morning when I say good morning. Usually it's afternoon and I'm saying good morning. Well, last live of the year. How are you, pussycats? We are in the rapid descent into Christmas, if you do Christmas. And oh boy, I hope you are further along than I presently am. Hold on, I'm having a wardrobe. Okay. Oh, y'all, this jacket is so fabulous. I wish you could see it all the way. This is Valentino burgundy leather, and it's got a leather bow at the waist. But for some reason, I don't know what's going on with these jeans. I would stand up and show you, but I don't know. I must have lost a little bit of weight because they're. If you could see the back of these jeans in this chair, I look like a plumber. Yeah, I've got definitely. Oh yeah, there's I'll be changing these before I go out into the wild because yeah, I don't want to look like a plumber. Otherwise I'd stand up and show you. Oh yes, and I'd show you my what was that Betty said? Oh, Betty's got a tight ass. Okay, Betty, I don't have a tight ass. I'm I'm old. But I don't have to wear. Boy, we're like right out of the gate. We're veering into weird territory. Oh my god, you guys! I'm still Well, I got presents wrapped, and now I'm just like trying to mentally get myself prepped for what's coming, which is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I've got 3 nonstop days of either cooking, cleaning here in my home or going somewhere. So yeah, it's when you're looking forward to a 10-hour drive because you'll finally get to sit down and relax. Yeah, that the older you get, the more the holidays, they just get a little more difficult. But hey, for a lot of us, this is the one time of the year where you get to be with all of your family if you're very fortunate at the same time. So that's the great part of it. The not so great part is the outlay of money is absurd. My God, we were in the grocery store the other day, and my husband likes diet Dr. Pepper, Diet Mountain Dew, and sometimes our grocery store they'll do buy 1 6-pack get 1 free. When I went to get the Diet Dr. Pepper, it wasn't on sale, but we needed it, so I bought it. But when I saw the price, y'all, I'm not kidding you, it was $8.99. $8.99 for a 6-pack of gross diet soda. I don't drink diet soda. If I drink anything, I drink a Mountain Dew out of a fountain. Like if I'm out somewhere, I need a hair tie. How is it that I don't have a fucking hair tie in here? Hold on. Well, my goodness, y'all. There's a lot been going on up in this mofo here we go. Perfect. The last couple days. And I will be catching up on all the latest and greatest events. And I've got thoughts. I got some thoughts on just the, events of last couple days. We're going to talk about that. A story that I saw that showed up in my feed, a news story that we're going to talk about because it was just like, what? Come again? How the fuck does this happen? Not the first time. Unfortunately, won't be the last. So I'm going to talk about that. Una memento. And I think that's about it. because I do have so much to do, I thought, you know what? I've been getting up really early anyway, so I'm getting up early and I'm putting my ass in the saddle and we're going to get this party started. We're going to go out with a bang. The devil's in the details, isn't it? That is what they always say. And before I forget, we're going to do the big word of the day. Now, this isn't such a big word, but it's a very apropos word for, well, let's face it, if I'm being real, this word applies to all of us, can be labeled with this word at some point or another here on YouTube. And if you say, oh, no, not me, you're a liar. There are no saints here. There are no angels here. It's just degrees of the following. And I actually was trying to find synonyms for this word, and I wasn't feeling the ones that came up. And I think this, despite the fact that it's not really a big word, it's not a giant word. But y'all have heard me say this many times because it's apropos many times. So we're using it. And that word would be, hold on. All right, ready, pussycats? Oh, fingers crossed that we get the girl, the women.
Duplicitous.
Damn it! How did I know we were going to get him? Sir, listen. When I tell you I want it rapid fire, I want it rapid fire. Your Christmas bonus, your exalted position on Crimes and Fashions coveted gift card list is depending on it. So just know that going in. Come again.
Duplicitous.
Again.
Duplicitous.
Again.
Duplicitous.
Wow, you're doing pretty good this morning. It must be. Are you filled with the Christmas spirit? You're being extra productive today. Did somebody tell you about my gift card list? Yeah, I know. Word does tend to.
Duplicitous.
But I tell you what, there's some people that, listen, while this morning you've been right on it, and I very much appreciate it. But, in terms of, my gift card list is anything from, I'm not going to tell you what the bottom of the gift card list is, but much like Oprah Winfrey at the top, you get a car and you get a car and you get a car. Yeah, this is not going to qualify you for a car, okay? Despite the fact that you've been Johnny on the spot. However, hold on. More on that in a moment.
Duplicitous. Duplicitous. Duplicitous.
And what is duplicitous or treacherous? Duplicitous behavior. Well, now, wait a minute. Why are we using the word to define the word? I mean, that's kind of like answering a question with a question. And certainly there's more than treacherous that defines duplicitous. How about, I guess shitbag wouldn't be in the Google dictionary yet, would it? How about this? From dictionary.com. Does duplicitous mean lying? By and large, the most common sense of duplicity today is deceitfulness. The roots of this meaning can be found in the initial. Well, do you think I know how the hell do you pronounce D-U-P-L? Dupla? Yeah, that. From the Latin duplex. And something tells me I don't think they mean a freestanding building where there's a common wall and two doors on the exterior. I don't think that's what they mean. Well, maybe I'm wrong. From the Latin duplex, meaning twofold or double. one can easily see how acting in double or in two ways at different times can be a way of deceiving or lying. Say it ain't so. I think we're going to make him work just a little more.
Duplicitous. Duplicitous. Duplicitous.
Well, sir, I thank you so kindly. You were. I take back all the snarky shit I said about you last week. That's kind of like a theme here. So get used to it. This is very much a team sport. It's an individual sport. We just picture this. It's kind of like chess for stupid people. I would be one. I have no clue how to play chess. If my very life depended on it. I can play metal chess. But you know, queen, pawn, knights, rooks. That's about all I know in the world of chess, which is interesting in light of the fact that I have some family members who are very, 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 very skilled at chess. I'm not one of them. No, it's too late to teach this old dog too many new tricks. Now I can learn a few here and there, but chess, only if, you know, I'm going to have a stake in it. Like there's going to have to be a heavy incentive for me to learn. Like, well, you know what? If I could get like a custom made chessboard where we use shoes, maybe shoes and bags and dresses and dress forms and, you know, that, jewelry. Well, now that might entice me to, you know, bone up on my non-existent chess skills. All right, so I'm gonna say hi to the kids in class, and then I have some. What the hell? Where'd my pony go? Oh, I can't. It's too much of a production to get out of this chair. I'm gonna say hi to the kids in class, and then we're gonna go over a few things that I have written down from actually this morning. I really didn't have any plans on any specific thing I was going to come in here and talk about. But you know, it just happens quite organically, and that's the way I like it. So let's take attendance, and then we'll get down to the nitty gritty, so to speak. All right, let me put my glasses on. True Jedi forever. You are the door holder, first in the door. Now, listen, I've been reading this. I read this comment 3 times before I pushed the go live. And I don't know if it's a typo or I just don't know. Listen, I pride myself. I think I've mentioned this before. There was a time when my son played a lot of competitive travel sports. We were forever, like during the season, we were, and I'm not kidding you, probably every other weekend, we could be found anywhere in the state of Florida, you know, for my son's soccer. And during those years, you know, it's been a while, but during those years, I prided myself on the fact that I could tell you where there was a damn mall anywhere in the state of Florida. And not only that, I could, in many cases, if it was, you know, really good and notable, I could actually tell you what exit number it was off the interstate. So, you know, this one has me a little, I'm like, I thought, is that Nobu? I will be listening in, and thank you. I appreciate that. Taking a jaunt over to NABOO. Now, first I'm looking at that, and of course, you know, me being the bougie bitch that I am, I'm like, oh, you're going to Nobu? I didn't know they were open this early. No, that's for anyone who doesn't know, Nobu is, well, that's a very bougie Asian restaurant in, there's one in Las Vegas. I think there's a couple in California. I believe there's one in Manhattan as of kind of recently. And if it's not Nobu, it's the chef, but just maybe a different brand in the chain. I can't remember. At any rate, at one time the Kardashians were big fans of going to Nobu. I'm telling you what, my inbox, y'all. I check my Crimes and Fashion Gmail, but my other email accounts that I use just for coupon codes and whatnot when I'm shopping. Y'all, my email got to about 1,400, give or take a few hundred. What's a few hundred amongst friends? And I've explained before how I get caught in this vicious cycle of emails where I look at the number, it's up, it's going up, up. It gives me anxiety. So I'm like, oh no, I can't do it. I just can't right now. And then the next time I look, obviously the number's gotten more. So this morning, yeah, just a bit south of 1,400, I believe. I just said fucking mass delete. I did, and listen, usually I get at least halfway through the list before I just say, oh my God, I just can't. TikTok. Oh, this morning I just said, nope, I'm done. I checked what I needed to check, and the rest, sorry about your luck. I don't know what to tell you, because anybody who really needs to get in touch with me, they know how to do it, and it's not via email. So, but have no fear. I always check my Crimes and Fashion. That one I check at least every 2 days. I try and do it every day, but sometimes it's a little longer. So please, I need you, True Jedi, if you're listening, or leave me in the comments later. Put it down for me. Where the hell is Nebu? And does Nebu have a Nobu? Do you take my boo to Nebu, to the new boo, the Nobu and the Nebu? My boo, your boo, Nebu, Nobu. Oh, God. Oh, it's going to be one of those days. Okay. And may the force be with you, True Jedi. May the shopping retail gods always be in your favor. Please stop texting me. Hey, SoFlo, how are you? Girl, it's kind of cold here today. It's cool enough for me to wear a leather jacket in my office. Now I do have the back door open, but it's perfect. It is so comfortable. Hi, Stargazer Mom. Oh, what is work? I'm sorry. I'm going to put you on the list of, I think we had about 3 people on the list of people in the community that work. So congratulations. You have made Crimes and Fashions coveted employment list of those with regular full-time employment. Well, you didn't say it was full-time, but hey, in this hood, anything is full-time. Okay. I'm just kidding, y'all. I know lots of people work. Hi, Road Rash. How are you? Runs with scissors. Oh, no. Oh, you're getting a new computer today? Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad. Did anybody get anything fantastic from Santa early? Hi, Earth Angel. How are you? Paisley Park. I know. I kind of like it too. When Menace to Sobriety made that for me, the first, before maybe even the first time I went live with it, I listened to it. I was in Newport on vacation, and we were going back and forth with it, and he did that all himself. The only input I gave was some pictures. And I listened to that song probably no less than like 20 times the first time I heard it. I love it. I miss Menace. I hope he comes back, although I totally understand why if he doesn't. Hey, Literally Davis, how are you? Hey, Travel with Caribbean, how are you? Cardio. Oh my God, girl, damn. Now that list is probably even shorter than the employment list. People who do actual cardio. You know what? Damn, I had the dog out about, probably an hour and a half ago, and we actually ran the the second leg of the walk. Now, it wasn't far, um but he's still pretty spry in his old age, just like I guess I apparently am. Of course, I didn't actually run long enough to get to the part where everything starts burning and you feel like you're having a heart attack. I didn't get to that part, but yeah, as I was running with the dog, I thought, now, damn, this is I haven't met running in it's probably been years. Yeah, I typically say that the only thing that's going to make me run is if something's on fire. Um, I don't even know if I could run for free shoes. And what's ironic about that is I used to be a gym rat. I went religiously, probably 5 days a week. I would take the weekends off. Uh, oh, it's my goodness how things change. Good for you. Hi, Dee. How are you? Wine, crime, and mayhem. Sweet people. Where the hell are they? Are you sure you're in the right place? I'm kidding. All the sweet people are in the chat. It's the wretched bitch that's on the panel. I'm the not so sweet one. I am. I'm just misunderstood. Moving right along. No fear. How are you? Rowdy. Good morning. Fairy Meadows. Hey, London girl. How are you? All right. You may get your wish, because if the dog needs to go to the bathroom before you're done working out, my husband's already gone for the day, so I'll have to put the intro on while I just run him outside. So you may get to hear it again. Oh God, now I have performance anxiety. Now I feel like, oh my God, I can't let him down. You know me, whatever bullshit flies out of my mouth is, well, that's how it's gonna go. But don't you worry, I got some thoughts, and I'm gonna tell them like I do. Hey, BZ Collecting, how are you? You can't wait for the year to be over or for this to be over. I'm kidding. I'm assuming you mean the year. Hi, Pink Stripe. Ooh, Cocoa Puff. Now is that a new name? I think it is. So welcome back. Oh, are you doing one of those deals you have to wear for like 24 hours? Let me think about that, because I remember when my girlfriend had to, before she could get approved for chemo, she had to do, because she had already an existing cardio issue. Let me think about that, because she was able to keep hers on. I'll think about it, and if it comes to me, I will let you know. It'll probably come to me about 3 minutes before your appointment, where they say, okay, take it off. We're good. We got all we need. Hi, Marie Duffy. How are you? Ooh. Where'd you go? I'll tell you what. You know where I want to go when I go to London? Boots. I want to go to Boots. How hilarious is that? Of all the stores, I want to go to damn Boots. Hi, Amy M. Oh God, my God. It's obscene. Everything is absolutely obscene. My husband said to me the other day when we were talking about the damn Diet Dr. Pepper being almost fucking $9 a six pack. And he said, yeah, we are in a recession. They're just not saying it. And so I said, listen, I've already said before, full disclosure, my specialty is spending it. Okay. Everything else is his department. So I'm like, of course, we all know the terms recession, inflation, etc. We all know we all hear those words and we know the general idea of what it means. But when he said, yeah, we are in a recession, they're just not saying we're in a recession. I said, well, tell me what that is. Like, get into I take care of the other end of the balance sheet. My specialty is output. Yours is incoming. And he said, well, basically, where we are right now, there's about 22% inflation. So he said, just look at it as your income currently purchases 22%. You have 22% less than you did. I don't remember what time frame he used, but when you think about it in those kinds of terms, it's like it is just, it's like I said the other day, I don't know anyone who is not bitching about the price of everything. And I'm talking about everybody from people who struggle to people who will never have to worry about multiple generations of their bloodline will never, ever have to worry about money ever. So, but still, nobody likes having to spend more and get a lot less. I mean, it's terrible. Hi, Blank Slate. How are you? Hi, Chris Cress. Hey, Liza. How are you? And it's interesting because y'all know I was here once before, my first channel. And like, well, you know what? I was going to say, I don't remember all the just insanity around money and whatnot, but I can remember some things, but not like a lot of the issues that are being talked about. And, girl, listen, I probably should have bought you a car, but my pleasure. Absolutely my pleasure. And I would, can you bet your ass I can, and I'm getting ready to. Stand by. Hey, Heather B. Beachy. Another person working today. Now, come on. Don't you just want to put it on the speaker and let me entertain your whole damn office? Oh, wouldn't that be fun? Hey, Voices, how are you? You know what? I'm early because I've got things I must get done kind of mid-afternoon. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to go live early and we're going to get it done. Hey, Mama Bear. Oh, good for you, Voices. I'm glad Santa brought you some. Hey, Scorpio Sting. Lindsay Cummins, how are you? BJ Marshall, good morning. We're almost there, you guys. I'm scrolling and kind of reading at the same time. Blank Slate, you're a fan of the mass delete? Oh God, yes. Don't you wish I could just don't you wish you could just mass delete some people? Not and Not in a nefarious way. Like, I don't mean real life. It's funny. Like, I noticed that some people take shit that should not be taken serious so very serious, like it's the weight of the fucking world on their shoulders. And then the opposite is also true. Like, things that probably should make you sit up and go, excuse me, right on by. Yeah, so it's a strange world, strange place. Hey, Revival. Hi, Claire. You have 25. Ooh, well, girl, I don't know what that number is, but good for you. BJ Marshall everywhere, a moo moo. And I assume when you say that, you don't mean like Mrs. Roper in her moo moo. Y'all remember Mrs. Roper? What was Mrs. Roper's first name on Three's Company? Did they say what her first name was? Or was it always just Mrs. Roper? Hi, Mystery. How are you? Eerie Sunset. Good morning. Fit and Curvy. We're almost there. Hey, Cece Jones. Another person working. My God, what are we? Listen, clearly, those who got it going on are here in this chat. We've got at least 4 damn people that are working today. If the mods want to drop the link for No Fear, let's get No Fear to 500, okay? Hey, Kathy P, how are you? I hope you're good. I hope you are on the mend, ma'am. Yeah, me too, pretty much. But I thought, you know what? The year's almost over. I can't let this year end without me, moving. Well, I wonder if, even though I don't typically run anywhere, do you think that does wearing these and walking fast, is that like, I like to consider that like my happy place. It's right in the middle of sedentary and Caribbean, probably on a treadmill or even running around out in the wild. I figure tromping around on these, I mean, I got to get a few points for that. Oh, shit. Okay. But yes, I'm with Cece. Typically, my mouth is the only thing I'm running. Hi, Brittany. Oh, my pleasure. I'm glad you like them. I helped Brittany out with a couple thumbnails that I thought they were super cute. And I actually might use one. We're almost there, you guys. Okay, Claire. Okay. Pink Stripe loves Boots. Claire's been to Boots. I want to go to Boots. One of my favorite pink lipsticks ever came from Boots. It's called Berry. I think it's something Berry. Berry K or Berry. I don't know, but I love it. Hey, Mac, how are you? Ooh, shady for life. It's one of those things. It's like once you find yourself there, I'm with you. Hey, Mitten Mama, how are you? Are you cooking up a storm? I bet you are. I'm going to be. Hey, Zen. Zen, we'll get together in the first of the year. I'll email you once, maybe after the first week of January. Once we get through all the holiday cleanup and recovery and whatnot, and then we will we're gonna schedule something. Hey, True Texan. Oh, that's on my list to talk about. All right. Ooh. Here is a new name for sure. The Weasel. Well, welcome, Weasel. Is a weasel like I mean, I know what it is, but what's a weasel look like? I don't even know. Hold on. W-E-A-S-E. I want to see what it looks like. Oh my God, it's so cute. Oh. So that's a ferret. Is a ferret a weasel? Are they the same thing? Oh, they're so cute. Hey, Kay Kanuga, how are ya? Hey, Brianna. Helen and Stanley Roper. Damn, ding, 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 ding. Congratulations. You've made Crimes and Fashions coveted gift card list. Hey, Max, also on the way to work. Damn, what are we up to? 5? It's a dirty job, kids, but somebody's got to do it. All right, I'm running now. I am running. Barry K. Yes, that's it. One of my favorite pinks ever. Of course, I'm sure if you buy it at Boots, when you live there, what is it, like Wet n Wild-ish price, or maybe Maybelline drugstore price? Because I had to get it on Amazon and pay black market price. That freaking Barry K. Well, it didn't quite go to Tom Ford price, but it more than I should have. But I do love it, and I have to say I've had it. All makeup will eventually go rancid. And I know because I have way too many lipsticks, and there's nothing like pulling a lipstick and doing one of these. Oh God, I love that color. Shit, I haven't worn that in a long time. Oh yeah. And then it's like, whoa, God, what the hell? While I'm here. Yeah, typically though, you can smell it before you act. But of course, I do what all normal thinking people do when opening up a lipstick that, because you have too many that, like, what? Oh, I love it when I go through them and I start seeing colors that I've never worn. I have no freaking idea why I purchased them. And they basically would make me look dead. Like every girl knows certain lipstick shades that don't play well with your complexion. Yeah, they make you look like a corpse. But it's really, you want to talk about like reevaluating your spending habits. It's when you line up a bunch of like lipsticks and go, yeah, that's ugly as shit. It was ugly as shit when I bought it. I've never worn that color. I'm never going to wear that color. But the only thing that can make it better is that I bought like 12 of them. So yeah. So I have to say the Berry K, I've had it. I probably had it 2 years and it's still perfect. It doesn't smell. And it, for a matte and for a drugstore matte, it's really nice. I would buy it again for sure. I'd even pay the more than I should for it. Hey, Delicate Titanium. Oh, look at that. Berry K. Yes. I see we have some Boots fans here. Y'all, Boots is like, I think it's kind of like our Walgreens or there's a chain in New York. We don't have them here. I can't remember the name. Not Rite Aid, but Rex, maybe Rexall, something like that. Yeah, it's a drugstore, but they have, just like ours do, cosmetics. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that. Oops. Oh shit, what did I just do? Damn it. Okay, hold on. I'm just going to y'all, it refreshed and did something crazy. So if I miss you, I apologize. It's in error, not on purpose. Hi, Marcy. How are you? Hi, Be Still. Grain, you too. Oh, God. I bought one of those things that spins and you can put I think you could put, it's a big rectangle and it rotates. And I think you can put 20 on all four sides. And then I think you can put 12 on the top. That means you have too much. Hey, Skipton, my Lou. Yes, downsizing. I'm trying. Yes, Mitten Mama Boots. BOOTS. All right. All right, we are there. Okay. Let's see. Let me put my little glasses on here. I think I kind of wrote these down in the order that I wanted to talk about them. Okay, so let me tell you what I'm going to be referencing is I was listening to, and Willow, I'm going to hound you until you agree to do a live with me. And I did. I emailed you this morning to harass you in writing, just so it's memorialized, just in case you don't see this. So I'm about. Well, hold on. I can tell you exactly. How far I am into Willow's life. When I emailed him, I said, I wish I kept vampire hours because I absolutely would have loved to have listened to it live. How can I be? I'm not that far in, am I? 2.5 hours? Huh, maybe I was. I didn't think I had gotten through that much. Okay, so I listened to Willow's first, let's just say 2 hours. Could I have really listened to 2.5 hours? You know what? I wonder if I had it on. Did I have it on 2 times speed? Let me see. Because usually in the morning, no, it says normal. That's weird. So typically, y'all know, you very rarely ever see me out at night because I cannot inhabit YouTube multiple hours a day. I typically do my own live, and then whoever happens to be live for the rest of the day, or into the very early like dinner time hours. If I can, I'll go in the chat. But I don't YouTube at night. Damn it! Will I ever learn about this stupid shelf on my chair? Apparently, I will not. I know you guys have to hear it. Every time I go to put my foot up there and I miss, and it slams the credenza that's in front of me. So that's my typical YouTube listening pattern. And I'm just like everybody else. I'm nosy. I want to hear what's going on here, there, everywhere. And so here's First and foremost, so I can just cross this one right on off the list. Crimes and fashion. Lisa. Hi, that's me. Nice to meet you. Hi, I'm Lisa. I'm a shopaholic. Nice to meet you. Lisa is solo. I'm a sole practitioner. I fly solo. I do not participate in what you hear some people say herd mentality. Some people say groupthink. Monkey see, monkey do. That being said, I'm just like everybody else out here, whether it's YouTube or the real world, your real life. We tend to, if you're normal, you tend to spend time being with or hanging out with, spending any of your free time with people that you enjoy. Except, of course, here on YouTube, unlike the real world, like what they call hate watching. And hi, Beth, how are you? Hey, Ducking Fox, Grain, did I say hi to you? Hi, in case I missed you. Hate watching. And we all do it. I do it. Except I don't enjoy it. Like, it's funny because, and I'm not going to say who it is, but oh yeah, let's put Willow's link if somebody could grab that for me. Oh, actually, you know what? Oh no, I don't have it queued up. Never mind. Oh, Zen. Serendipity, girl. In real life. Oh, wait, I was going to tell you. Okay, so this is how I typically get caught up. And I'm here to say right now, I am not in anyone's inner circle. This bitch cannot draw a line with a ruler. I cannot draw a circle with a compass. Isn't that what that thing's called? Remember you had to get one in high school and it was like, what is that thing called? Do they call it a compass? It's like it's metal and it's sharp. It's almost got like a needle point. And you would put it on the paper and then you would take, and it would draw a perfect circle in geometry. Listen, I sucked. The only math that I am worse at than accounting would be geometry. No, not for me. Thank you. I'm very good at percentages, because that's how you figure out how much money you're saving on a sale. So I was very strong at percentages. I know I'm good about the balance sheet. The credit is, I'm much stronger in the credit side of the balance sheet than I am the debit side of the balance sheet. That's my husband's department. But I'm not in anyone's inner circle, okay? I have told you all a million times, and I'll keep saying it a million more times. Discord? No way in hell. To quote Mick Jagger, wild horses couldn't, well, he said, drag me away. I'm going to tweak it a little. Wild horses couldn't drag me to it. Free shoes couldn't drag me to it. It's not, to me, it always ends the same. So I want to make that very clear. I am not in anyone's inner circle. So here's how my typical, oh, now that's a new name, tutor bug. Welcome. Okay, protractor. Oh my God, yes. That fucking thing was the bane of my existence when I was in high school. Wasn't that the like plastic arch, like the half circle? Oh my God, I hated all that shit. Hate it. So this is how my intake of information goes. And when I said hate watching, here's a funny example. So I do my thing during the day. I do my own live. And then if I'm able to, I go into chats where, I enjoy going. I mean, obviously Queen Bee is probably the main one that I'm in. And that's not just solely because of Queen Bee, but that's where like lots of people go that I enjoy. So, like minds tend to congregate together. A lot of people call that hate bonding. I can't stand that term because we do the same shit in our real lives, but we don't call it hate bonding. We associate with people that we enjoy. I mean, how many of you in real life go and hang out with people that the sound of their voice makes you want to stab your eardrums with a protractor or a compass? I mean, not me. But so as far as the hate watching, here's the deal. I guess any of us that consume content that is put out by someone that we can't stand, I don't hate anybody. There are people I strongly dislike, maybe even despise, but that doesn't that means I want to gouge my eardrum out. I want to put a hot stick in my eye. It doesn't mean that I want to see something bad happen to them. No. So I do my daytime, early evening, and then I'm out. Listen, I'm old enough and I have had enough life experience, good, bad, ugly, everything in between. I know that if you allow this place to, it will consume you. It will have you contemplating, maybe saying things or straight up saying, listen, I've said before, this place it's like Barnum and Bailey, the greatest show on earth. That's what this place is like. It's like an interactive Jerry Springer. It truly is. I mean, for those of you that are old enough, and I'm sure it's most everybody here, just think about do you remember Morton Downey Jr.? Oh my God, I love that dude. I was in, I'm just looking at something in the chat. I think I was in probably middle school when he was in his heyday, maybe high school, early high school. He was a real provocateur. A lot of it was political in nature. He would smoke like a chimney on camera. He had a foul mouth. They had to put him on at night. I mean, I think this might have even been pre-cable TV. And then, of course, that genre, believe it or not, was quite popular. So it evolved and we moved into all kinds of shows like Jerry Springer, Jenny Jones, Ricky Lake, Sally Jesse Raphael. I have to say, I got to give Phil Donahue his due. Donahue was probably one of the original ones in that space, but Weasel, I don't know if I believe that Robert Downey Jr. is, well, Morton Downey Jr. has since passed from lung cancer, incidentally. I do believe there was a relation there, if I'm not mistaken. But I remember that was like when I was in my mid to late 20s. All of that stuff was really like at its heyday. And I mean, I lived for that shit. I worked in a bar. I worked at night. That was back in my knitting days. And for those of you who don't know, knitting is what I thought that the rolling, the devil's lettuce, self-rolling cigarettes. Yeah, I thought that was, for some reason, I thought that was knitting over on Queen Bee's. So I just refer to it as my knitting years. Yeah, I knitted acres of blankets, California king size. And I loved my day was, I mean, these were some of the most fun years of my life because I worked at night. You know, I'd go to bed anywhere. If I went straight home after work, you know, I'd get up fairly early, early being like 10. If I decided to go out after work, well, that was a little later morning, maybe 11 or 12. And, you know, my night shift would start at, I think it was like 4 or 5 o'clock. And I would wake up. I would either go get in my pool and float around on a raft and work on, you know, probably at some point, skin cancer. I would, of course, smoke out. I'd knit. Oh, I was a wake and bake kind of knitter. Yeah, like my feet were just hitting the floor. So yes, I'd go worship the sun, and then I'd come in and shower because of course I'd be wearing like either baby oil or Tropicana. What the hell was that called? Tropicana Gold or some shit. Yeah, you know, oil, because it's not enough just to get radiated. Yeah, hell, I remember back in the day the Bain de Soleil tanning blankets. They looked like, you know, when you see people who've people who run will know what I'm talking about. And sometimes you see them in like mass disaster kinds of things, those Mylar blankets they give people. Well, yeah, back in the day, Bain de Soleil made one for you to lay on in the sun so that you could, you know, you want to get the maximum reflection and radiation from the sun. So you lay on a tinfoil blanket after you've slathered yourself in oil. And so then, you know, that'd take up the first couple hours of my day, and then I'd go shower and do whatever I had to do. And my favorite part of my day, before I went to work, I would smoke out and I would sit on my couch in the living room and I would watch. I think first came, I can't remember the lineup, but Jerry Springer is that was the holy grail. That was what I was waiting for. And I would put on my makeup and I would just be like, what the fuck? It was like a train wreck. You couldn't stop watching. I mean, it was so outrageous. The people were just off the chain. Hey, Catherine. Oh, yes, baby oil and iodine. Oh, girl, I can top that one. How about, wait for it. How about baby oil with coffee grinds? Yes, that was supposed to, the coffee grinds were supposed to kind of like stain the skin. Don't ask. And I couldn't tell you where I got that brilliant piece of advice. Hold on, I missed somebody. Hey, Nikki, how are you? So yeah, that was my day. And then I'd go to work, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. It was my 20s. Don't judge me. Those were some of the most fun years of my life. Well, this place, this is an interactive Jerry Springer episode. That's what this is. Barnum and Bailey, the greatest show on earth. Oh, thank you, nonsense. You're so sweet. So yes, listen, I have quit YouTube before, and when I say I quit, I'm telling you that my channel had just slightly less subs than I have now. I think I was at about 1,600 or so. It was Quentin Simon. I was watching all that shit show go down and was like, what are you doing here? What are you doing? Look at this shit. And this is what people want? I will not, no, I will not give them that. So to what end? That's what I kept asking myself. To what end? Monstera. Oh, hell yes. Oh my God. Yes. And welcome. That's definitely a new name. How about Sun-In? Oh my God. I thought when Sun-In hit the market, that was nothing but fucking, was it not peroxide? Was it peroxide? I don't know, but supposedly, they would, of course, the commercial was a girl who had hair like this color, and they led you to believe that, oh yeah, even if you're a brunette, you can just spray this shit in your hair, lay in the sun. In an hour, you're going to look like you're going to have hair this color. Oh, I bought a lot of that shit. Oh my God, you are so sweet, Monstera. I appreciate that. Hey, Marbella. Yes, Sun-In. My God, how about Aquanet? Who remembers Aquanet? I kept that damn company in business at some point in my life. So this place, all of what I'm getting at is this place. The reason I put these limits on myself, and they're my boundaries. That's what we like to say. They're my boundaries. I don't YouTube at night. And anybody that's I communicate with off of YouTube, everybody knows, you can send me all the shit you want anything after 8 o'clock, unless I'm not doing anything else. But typically my rule is kind of, once I go into my bedroom and I cross the threshold of the door, that is my downtime. Well, I don't know about you, but YouTube does not take me down. Well, not in that way. YouTube does not induce sleep for me. Or if it does, it's not a calm, peaceful slumber. No, it would be more like nightmarish. Hey, Kara. You too. You are a devotee of Aquanet. Oh my God! How about Aussie Sprunch Spray? Oh God! I used that shit like it was perfume. Aussie Sprunch Spray. It smelled like grapes, and fabulous. I mean, we didn't have shit for products back then. So hey, when Aussie Sprunch Spray and Frizzies came out, oh my God, it like changed lives. I think it changed mine. Betty, it's not too late for you, girl. Go get some Frizzies. Definitely do not get the Aussie Sprunch Spray unless you plan on using it as perfume. Oh, maybe Betty, there's a scent for you. That could be your signature scent, girl. While you're out there tromping around in the woods looking for missing people, dead people, you could just spray that shit all over you. It'll smell good. And oh no, because that would, when the stickers got on her, never mind. Never mind. Unless you just want to smell like grapes, which in your case might not be a bad thing. So once I crossed the threshold of my door, I like YouTube stays my what I have come to find is that so when I left, okay, because I was just asking myself, what the fuck, what am I doing here? And I tell you, I thought about it for about, well, I did my live, and less than 3 hours later, I walked in my office and I blew the whole fucking channel up. I didn't hide it, I blew it up. And the reason I blew it up was because I didn't want to change my mind. And interestingly enough, when I had a talk with someone not too long ago, and I was, we were just discussing some things that had happened, and I said, listen, the reason I did X is because I didn't want to change my mind. So I see, because I'm at about, on the self-awareness scale of 0 to 100, I'm at about 98%. I am very well aware of what my weaknesses are. I know what my flaws are. I know what my strengths are. I know who I am. Okay. And as I sit in this chair as a 100-year-old plastic Barbie doll, Lady Cece, I know who I am, and I'm proud of who I am. And if you don't like who I am, sorry about your luck. I probably don't like who you are. But that's okay. We don't all, that's not what life is. Life isn't about trying to like everybody, have everybody like. That's where the real problem comes in. When you want everybody to like you. I don't give a shit if everybody likes me. I don't like everybody. Why the hell would I think everybody would like me? That's when you come into problems. Because when you want everybody to like you, well, that can lead to being duplicitous. Because nobody can be all things to all people. So when I decided to come back, and listen, in full disclosure, being completely honest, I took off. All I know is that last year, this time, I did not have one of the big three, as I like to call them. Well, wait a minute. When was Quentin? Quentin Simon wasn't it March? I think so. Was it? Or was it October? No, it was October, wasn't it? I just remember that last year, this time, I was not around for Halloween, Thanksgiving, or Christmas. And I believe I came back February, possibly the end of February, very beginning of March. I think. I'm guessing. Without going and, looking at if I went and looked at when I did my very first video on this channel, I could kind of suss it out a little better, but it really doesn't matter. But the reason I came back is obviously I didn't feel like I was done. I cannot stress enough what an incredibly steep learning curve there is to this place. There is no handbook. I don't give a shit how much you watch before you decide, because I think for most of us, that's how it happens. I can tell you exactly how it happened for me. I was watching a lot of the Summer Wells coverage, and before that, I was in makeup. Not as a channel, just watching. I mean, basically, it came down to this. sitting on my couch screaming at whoever I was watching, going, "Oh my God, you're fucking stupid!" That blah. I had some time on my hands. I had tried different things to fill that time, but I really wanted something where I could do what I'm good at. And this is what I'm good at. I'm good at running my mouth. I like to call it my useless talent. So that's how it happened. I said, you know what? That one's an idiot. That one is fucking painful to look at. I love that one. The same things all of us say. And I said to myself, self, this is a win-win. If those idiots can do it, you can damn sure do it. And listen, please don't take that to mean that I thought everybody that, oh, I was so much smarter and so much better than everybody on YouTube. No, but there definitely were people that I saw and I looked like Bullhorn Betty. And I was like, and not just her, but, and I was like, what the fuck? People want to listen. Oh, if they can do it, I can do it. And I can do it better. That was it. That's how it happened. And, you know, like I said, I've done other things. I've volunteered. I've had hobbies. I still work for myself when I want to, but it's very limited now. You know, life is seasons and stages, and what you do in one, you may not do in another. So hold on, I'm scrolling the comments down. Oh, the scrunch spray. See how far behind I am? Hey, Queen Bee, how you doing? See how far I am? Far behind. Skipped to my Lou. I said hi to you. I know I did. Oh, instant tank like foams. I'm gonna have to read that one again because I'm not quite sure what instant tank like foams. Oh, like mousse. Oh, Jesus, mousse. Oh, for listen, hair like mine. We had nothing. We had no flat irons. We had blow dryers and we had brushes, and my hair is wavy. Times have, hey Camry, times have definitely improved. So Sherlock Homie, oh my God. One of my all-time favorite YouTube names. Oh, I love that name. So brilliant. Okay, Quentin Simon was October. So yeah, I left right about then. I was not around for any of the holidays, etc. So for those of you that do not have channels, I know everybody says some version of this, but I swear to God, it cannot be overstated. There is no playbook for this. Just like people say hey, Bamaji, there's no playbook for when you have a child. And that is also, that's also true. You can watch all the damn videos you want. You can read all the books you want. You can watch all the people you like, the people you don't like. It's really, you just get thrown into the pool and it's on the job training. And what made me come back was it's the people that make me come back. I love the sense of there really is camaraderie here, and that is not to be confused with I absolutely despise the word simp. I just hate the way it sounds. It's of course that doesn't mean I don't use it. But in full disclosure, I think it's a gross word. So I try never to use it. If I use it, it's because I think it, whoever I'm talking about, it's like gross. So when I said this place is like shingles, and once it gets in your bloodstream, it's difficult to get it out. It, there, and unfortunately, unlike shingles, there's no vaccine for YouTube. God damn, there are days I wish there was. So this is how I typically get my information. And when I say compartmentalize, this is just what I have to do for me to maintain my perspective and my sanity if I'm going to be here. Because while there are many people that I really enjoy and I like and I love talking to, well, there's also a lot of people that I really like, I think are just vile and disgusting, and I still don't understand, like, if you're a loser in life, what exactly is it that people want to, like, I guess it's the illusion on here that you can, well, I was going to say you can be anonymous, you can, but that's almost disappearing now. I mean, I think we've gotten to the point where, and I hate it, but the reality of it is there's a lot of people, everybody's got a different stake in this game. Some people, it's a regular income stream. And I tell you what, whether I like you or not, if you resemble that, I take my hat off to you, because for my own sanity and mental well-being, I could not. I say all the time, you get the best version of Lisa. I mean, if I'm going to come on here and I'm going to ask for your time, I feel like I owe you something. And I know what goes in. Trust me, despite what you may think, I don't just wake up like this. No, I got to it takes me at least an hour to get my smoke and mirror game on point. I really do. Whether I like you or not, I have respect for those who can maintain their sanity and have to get into these shark infested waters on the daily, or however often you've got to do it to make your nut. But for me, so this is how I get my information for the most part, and how my days typically go if I come on here. When I wake up in the morning, whatever's been sent to me during the night, and it's just a couple people. Well, I make my coffee, I sit down on the couch, and I put YouTube on, and then I check my email, or usually it's text message, and there'll be links to things. So I do that. And then of course I watch the people that I like. I listen to Queen Bee almost every day. There's somebody else that I listen to a lot in the morning, but Queen Bee's streams tend to go a little longer. So typically, and I know that's, there's a lot of people that go there. So whatever it is that's really happening, it's going to be talked about over there. I'm going to get the gist of whatever's the latest and greatest from the night before or the day before. And you guys know I'm not on here every day. I can't be. So, and then I've got, here's something I also cannot overstate for, those who are not creators. You consume our content. And that is what I like to call the little birds. We all have little birds, and we don't ask for the birds, but the birds bring us, the birds drop things in the inbox. I know I personally, I've never asked. I have never asked anyone. Well, that's a lie. With the exception of one person. I just because that person I know is all over the place all the time. So it's not like I'm, saying, hey, okay, I want you to go here, here, here. No, it's just, hey, I know you're out there. So, if there's anything interesting and, that you think I would want to know, well, drop it in my inbox. But whether you ask or not, people, you're going to have birds, you're going to have little birds. So, my all the buzzwords, just because I like someone. This new channel, hold on. I kind of wrote this down in the order that I should. Before I get to that, we're going to talk about money and donating. YouTube isn't like real life. Like in the real world, I know I was always told growing up, there's things you don't talk about in polite company. Sex, politics, money, and religion. Well, at least one of those things very much is a constant subject of discussion here, and that would be money. We all know that. And here is my thoughts. Hold on, I'm just refreshing the chat. See if anybody. Oh, hey, Vase of Flowers, how are you? Stitching, bitching, and true crime. Rachel Wolf. Hey, Heels, how are ya? Hey, B Tim, how you doing? Okay, I think I got. Okay, so money. Everybody on here seems to be worried about everyone else's checkbook balance. You know whose checkbook balance I'm worried about? Mine. I know there's a rumor going around. Well, I'm not going to, no, scratch that. I told Queen Bee, girl, I hope you make $10,000 a month. Shit, I hope every one of you make whatever the hell you need or want. I hope you make it. I don't give a shit. I don't ask for money. I have no problem with anyone asking for money. I just don't. So if I'm not asking you to put money in my hand, or if I'm not even just accepting tips, well, why the hell would I give a good goddamn what your bank balance looks like? I would not. I do not. And here's my thoughts on giving money. I have donated money to several people on here. And this is how I look at it. I'm not telling you look at it any way you want, but I do it this way because then there's no disappointment, there's no bad feelings, there's none of that. I'm cutting the middleman right on out of the picture. If I give you money, even if you don't use the money for what you said you're going to use it on, well, and how would I even know? But if I give you money, my feelings on it are this. I do not donate what I cannot afford to give. Once I give it to you, it's gone. I don't think about it again. hopefully it goes to what I think I'm giving it for. But if it doesn't, oh well. Because once it leaves my hands, I am no longer concerned with it. And because I don't give what I cannot afford to say goodbye to, if I give to anybody, it's because I want to. It's either because I like you, I care about you, or you need help with something. And if I'm in a position to do it, I will do it. I never have, and I never will. I am never going to come to anybody I don't care if I give you $1. I'm never going to come back and say, well, you said you needed X, or you said you were using it for Y. I don't care. Because if I make the decision to give it, I'm not going to fret on it once it leaves me. Now, that being said, I try and be thoughtful about who I give to and how much, but that's all I can do. And guess what? I'm never disappointed because those are my boundaries. Just like I have boundaries for when I watch, how I keep tabs, when I'm not watching, etc. I can't be disappointed because I've tried to be thoughtful about how it leaves me and why and how much. Absolutely. I mean, in today's world, and I don't think SoFlo is meaning particularly here on YouTube even. I'm not thinking of it that way. But honestly, there was a time when, because this would be $120K a year. Well, once you pay taxes on that, it's no longer $120K. It's probably, well, oh, that's a math I can't do. Not at the real number. So we'll just say 80-ish, in the neighborhood of 80-ish. Well, yeah, there was a time when that was a damn good, high-paying job. Shit, people at McDonald's made freaking 15, 20 bucks an hour now. So I know it sounds like a lot of money when we hear it on here, but if you think about it in terms of the real world, someone who's either a skilled professional or someone who's got a trade. I mean, all joking aside, I promise you, there are plumbers, electricians, etc., who are making a hell of a lot more money than someone with a 4-year degree. That I promise you. And if you think I'm lying, well, wait until you have to call a plumber or an electrician and then tell me about it. So, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I just was like, well, that percentage, I'll just use 20 because I can do that in my head. So yeah, it's, but the bottom line is, I understand and appreciate that. Listen, I don't care if it's the real world, the internet world, whatever it is, money. The reason this place has so many fucking problems, and it's gladiator fighting, it's Game of Thrones, it's espionage, fucking reindeer games for stupid people. I mean, I've called it all kinds of things. But because this place is what makes this dysfunctional engine run is a very flammable mix of ego and money. So it might as well be gasoline and a Bic lighter. Money brings out the beast in people. Do you know what I think are two occasions, only one of which you would think, bring out the absolute worst in people? And I've seen it, and I've seen it in my own family. And they're, interestingly enough, they are on polar opposite ends of the spectrum. Well, that would be weddings and funerals. And I think if you just sit back and think about your own experience in life, I'm sure, hi, truth seeker, you've got your own stories about, oh yeah, oh God, yeah, remember when Aunt Mary died? Susie Q got married, and that bitch was supposed to have, they were supposed to have a vegan option, and they didn't do it. And her mother-in-law, oh God, that one's going to be trouble. She tried to sabotage. We've all got the stories. Well, that is a constant state of being on here. And because it is so competitive, people are, and even if you're not monetized, well, we're still all competing for the same, it's the numbers game. And then that becomes bragging rights. You get some fucking idiot like Bullhorn Betty, who apparently needs a few more beads on her abacus, because like one thing I love about prolific pathological liars is when they lie so blatantly about shit that is so easily proven to be a lie. Kind of like Burnt Toast said the other night. Well, I'm not saying that because I'm parroting Burnt Toast. No, I'm saying that because it's the truth. Like when Betty will start running her mouth about me and say something like, oh yeah, she's that one, she's plastic. Yeah, she needs friends very bad. She sold her soul to the devil. Yeah, she's plastic. Yeah, oh yeah, the one whose breast implant you are fucking obsessed with that need their own protective order. Yeah, that one. She one of her other favorite lines, she hardly gets anybody in her to watch her. Bitch, you better go back and look at those numbers, because if we put yours and mine side by side, honey, you need a few more beads on your abacus and a few more points on your IQ score. And then put those two together, and what do you got? Well, you might have something that remotely resembles the truth. So because of what it is that makes this place go, and just, in many ways, this place mimics the real world. And like mines, at least in some respects, people you enjoy are where you tend to spend the majority of your time. Like, I have a couple friends on here that start their day with Bullhorn Betty, either watching or in the chat. And I said to one of them the other day, I said, girl, how in the hell do you start your day listening to that wretched bitch? And she said, I laugh hysterically watching her because of XYZ. I mean, we want an alphabetical list. I said, that's funny because it does the exact opposite for me. So do me a favor, like, let me get fully caffeinated before you send me those clips. And it's true for me. So I'm only partially kidding when I tell you I'm going to write a book about this place. And I promise you, I can absolutely do it. And I won't need a ghostwriter. Something that goes along with my useless talent is I can write too. It's just a matter of when it's right, it'll happen. But I consider myself to be someone who's, fairly bright and mature enough and with enough life experience that when I tell you that I am always having to see, I very much the opposite of people like Betty, who is completely acts on impulse and has no self-control, just blah, blah, blah. Like, what's that thing they say? Well, thank you, Heels. I appreciate that. And I'm going to give myself a shameless plug. So it's Christmas. Merry Christmas. That crimes and fashion, that little bitch. Heels, I'm 2.5 hours into Willows. And I am going to finish it. So there's Crazy Nurse. Girl, I was getting worried about you. You all right? Were you up late? You're usually first in the door. I find it difficult to, I try to be very thoughtful about, I said the other day, I told Joneson that, was it that live? It was that live stream. I didn't say this to Joneson, but it was in that live stream. Oh, when Crazy Nurse and I did the news. I was absolutely telling the truth when I said, somebody said Lisa is Switzerland. And I said, no, Lisa is not Switzerland. But the public face, you are going to oftentimes see, I will appear to be Switzerland, but I'm not. I try and be thoughtful about where I go, because all I can do is try and do what I would want others to do for me. So it's a delicate balance between being nosy and getting the information, what's happening in the hood, which we all do. And that means you have to watch clips of people you can't stand. Because oftentimes they are the news. Well, like in Betty's case. And listen, I don't make the damn rules. I'm just here playing the game. So I try and be thoughtful, but it is a delicate balance. Like, because we all like who we like. Well, that also means that somebody we like, maybe really like, hates somebody's guts. That we like that person because they haven't done anything to us personally. We all, and every single one of us have these situations, and you have to navigate. And all I can do is try and do unto others. So if I go somewhere, well, if I don't like that person, if I don't have more love and loyalty to that person than I do the person that they're talking about, who is also my friend, well, I'm just going to leave the building. That's all. And you don't have to announce it. Just leave. Hey, just Linda. How are you? So all of that was to say, if it's difficult for me at times it takes a lot. I think it takes a lot to try and stay out of the fray, so to speak. You guys don't see me a million places. You see me. That doesn't mean I don't go a million places, but you don't see me a million places. You don't see me chatting in a million places. Oh, Brittany girl, I'm with you. So that's all I know how to do. But there is a lot that goes into trying to successfully navigate trauma. And I'm not saying I have successfully navigated it. Hey, blank screen. But hi, bright light. But I try. And all I can ever do is just ask. If you call me a friend, I call you a friend. You just need to trust me. You need to trust that I'm not going just like Crazy Nurse. She likes Dolly a lot. She hangs out over there. I couldn't care less. I would never in a million years. Hey, rapper. I would never in a million years say, well, you know, what are you doing hanging out over there? No, I just have trust that she's not going to. See, I feel like a lot of people, ooh, lover of the law. Ask away. Don't. Hey, Jones, and I meant to highlight. Damn it! I meant to highlight this one. Don't you make me sorry. I'm scared. You can ask. Doesn't mean I'm gonna answer. Hi, Texas girl. Oh God, gift certificate. You know what? Will you email me? Just tell me like what kind of. Just give me a little bit more information, and then I can give you. I'll give you some of my favorites. Hi, Edie. That's one of my New Year's resolutions. You're going to tell me how to say that damn name. Oh, thanks, Joneson. It's just YouTube. It's the last one of the year. I thought, shit, I'm gonna try and bring it. I have plump. Hey, girl, from here up, thank you. I appreciate it. I hope I am glowing. I assure you, from here down, I look like a plumber. Like I've got about that much ass crack hanging out of the back of my jeans. That was TMI, wasn't it? Oh, Dolly's here to Christmas hate mod. Hey, VK, sir. Anyway, so yeah, this is a tough. It really is. This is a tough place to navigate. This is not a place that rewards the compensation system works the exact opposite as it does out in the real world. So I gave you my thoughts on money. Now on to what everybody's talking about. Well, my dumbass, do you know how many minutes I spent yesterday looking for in my own words? Well, interestingly enough, the only thing that kept coming up, it was either Nelly or Neo. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure he was like, isn't he retired? Like, what does his ass have to do with any of this? And then I found out it's in their own words. Oh my God, what a damn difference. Merry Christmas to you too. What a damn difference a word makes. Now, let me get this out of the way right out of the gates. Whoever you are, congratulations. Not only have you made Crimes and Fashions coveted gift card list, when I saw the solid you did me, I said, fuck the gift card. It's getting a car. I sent that shit to my husband. I said, oh my God, look, this is the AI version of me. My husband knows when it's time to be a man of few words. He sent back a pink heart. Now he was in the dentist chair. That could have something to do with it. I was like, fuck the dentist. You tell him to hold on a minute. We're paying that man about $7,000 a minute. So slow your roll. Your wife's got something very important. I said, I'm taking that image. I'm sending it to, what's the place? Society 6, where that lovely wallpaper behind me came from. And I'm going to have that made into real life wallpaper. And you're going to see the AI version of crimes and fashion on her wall. I'm kidding. But damn would I like to. That so whoever you are, thank you for that. I think that's where my thank you's gonna end. I will tell you this. I have no idea who it is. I had like one or two names, possibly. When it comes down to it, I'm not sure why I was okay. So the video that yours truly was in, that I wouldn't have seen had someone not sent it to me, because I don't, well, I guess eventually it would have popped up in the feed. Hold on, I need a, the hell, I could have sworn I had a damn, oh well, get a new one. There we go. So the one I was in, let me see how long ago that came out. I hate to play it if it's, well, it's at least 24 hours old. I mean, I think other people have been playing these. I don't think, and I won't play it all, but why the hell does that look like that? Hold on a minute. I'm going to see if I can. Oh, here we go. All I want to know, did that AI generated little bitch, how long did it take her to get ready? I mean, right down to the shoes. Hey, Julie, how are you? I can play it. Okay. I'm going to play it. I know other people have been playing it. And I'm only going to play it because I'm not really sure. I'm not sure why. Before I play it, let me say this, because this is what I was going to say about it anyway. Hold on. I have to first put on 37 different shades of pink to then get to one shade that I'm going to, wipe most of it off in about 15 minutes. Here's what I'm going to say about it. Because a big deal is being made of the wrench. I am not in the inner circle. I've never asked to be in the inner circle. And when I say inner circle, I mean Discord. No, and that goes for anybody. That's not just Queen Bee. I can just say for myself, when I give a wrench out, listen, y'all, I don't even know how to use the wrench, okay? Unless I can smack you over the head with it. I don't, the only thing, like, I know how to take the comment and do show or hide. I can do that. Other than that, I'm fairly useless. So I am very fortunate that I have wrenches who do know how to use it and are good at using it, knowing when to use it, when not to use it. They have my full trust to do whatever needs to be done. That being said, that's just dumb luck on my part. I don't give wrenches out because I'm like, well, I've seen you. So tell me a little bit about yourself here. Like, how long have you held a wrench? And tell me where else you have worked. Oh, okay. How many years experience do you have? Oh, and I assume you have references. Oh, I give them to people I like, and as a thank you for support and whatnot. So I just always kind of assume. I make it very plain. Anytime someone is nice enough to give me a wrench, it's the same thing always. Thank you. And then I say, just please understand that I'm completely useless with it. I look at all, I always look at it as like a, you know, just an honorary kind of thing. I just happen to be lucky and have some that know what they're doing. But that's not because of me. That's not because of my very good hiring skills. No. So and here's another thing I want to make very plain, because it's what's being intimated in this video is that me, blank screen, and burnt toast. I do thank you for putting me in such exalted company, though. I mean, thank you for that, because I'm nobody. So look at that. Damn, I don't know. What kind of car do you like? Do you want to? Because you really have done me a solid, whoever you are. I call Queen Bee a friend. I think she would call me a friend. I'm not her BFF. I am not privy to anything more than the shit I see publicly that everybody else sees. And our friendship is pretty much me sending smart ass, funny text messages about shit I've seen on YouTube. I do not, that's the extent of it. So I was puzzled that I was like, what the hell am I doing in there? But here's another thing. It's going to be very plain and crystal clear. If I decided tomorrow, Queen Bee and I are no longer friends, I don't go to her channel, I would still 1,000,000% support her in Betty's lawsuit, her bullshit lawsuit. And I got news for whoever made this video. When I was here the first time with my first channel, I was just as outspoken and vocal about Bullhorn Betty, because I think she is a fucking menace, not only to the real world, but to the YouTube world. Okay? But that being said, kind of like my husband likes to say, well, oh, we'll use one of Betty's people who she loves, Donald Trump. If Donald Trump was speaking from my backyard, I wouldn't go sit in the fucking audience and listen. So, in much the same vein, I wouldn't make one phone call. I wouldn't send one message. I wouldn't do one thing to cause Betty a real life problem. But I think she's a shitbag. And I think she's even more of a shitbag than I did the first time I was here. So, while I understand this channel is, hey, it's their channel, they put out what they want, but I can tell you that I don't have access to any of those videos anymore. Not even on my, you know what? I might in my iCloud, because I would have used either my iPhone or my iPad to make some of those original. There is the first Crimes and Fashion channel gone. It blew that shit up. It is no more. But I promise you, I was just as vocal and outspoken about her as I am now. And like I said, if I never spoke another word to Queen Bee ever again, my feelings would be exactly the same. That's just the way it is. Hey, Deanna, how are you? All right, I'm going to play it. Hey, Lorton girl, how are you? Hi, Ange Carter. Oh, God, everybody's going to the damn dentist. My husband got a root canal for Christmas. And I'm pretty sure we've bought we've probably bought him a nice small compact car this year. My God, the dentist. Listen, I pulled into my dentist at the beginning of the year. And I wasn't sure how I felt about this. I pull in, and of course he's, it's his party. Of course he gets a designated parking spot. The only one covered in case it rains. Rains a lot in Florida. I was like, I'm not sure how I feel about this. What is that, you ask? Well, that was the shiny new Ferrari parked in that. I'm like, damn, I'm pretty sure I bought at least a wiper blade on that thing. Wonder if he'll let me take it for a spin. Can you take me for a spin? Oh, those cars are not very comfortable. They are much like myself. They're useless. They're built for speed. They're not built for comfort. They are not comfortable. They're like riding in a red flyer wagon that goes really fast. Oh, okay. All right, hold on. We're pulling this bad boy up. So whoever you are, listen, when you figure out what kind of car you want, you just let me know. Keep it in the realm of possibility. All right, what the hell is that channel called? Because I watched it on my personal channel. Their Own Words. First, we're going to find out who comes up if you Google My Own Words. Oh, I don't know, probably 87,000 fucking channels that have My Own Words. Because I have to know if it's Neo or Nelly or who was it? Oh, are you serious right now? Is it not going to come up for me? Oh, no, of course not. Why would it? No. Are you, what? Okay, well, I don't know what that's about. So now we'll go to the real channel in there. Oh my God, and then you guys, we're going to talk about a story that I saw before I came in here. I am gobsmacked. Honest to God. Well, now I can't even find. All right, what is going on here? I'll email it to myself. Hold on a minute. I'm going to pull it up from. See, because I watch all this out of my living room. I usually watch on my personal account. That's so weird. Oh, wait a minute. Now I see I've got to. Hey, crazy nurse. Can you do me? Okay, never mind. I got it. All right, hold tight for 1 second. I'm just going to send this to myself. Share. Gmail. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. It doesn't matter. I just want to get the link to the channel. Oh my God, wrong. Share, Gmail. There we go. All right. What's that bitch's name? Crimes and Fashion. Ding. All right, there it is. All right, let me pull that up. And then we shall watch this. Gmail. All right. There's the link. Oh, that's not the one I want. All right, go to the channel. All right. God, I got so many tabs open. I'm like, what window am I in? Oh, every live you do, kind of like the police, every breath you take. Let me just make sure there's nothing. Okay. Oh God, should we listen to One Night in Bangkok again? God, I love that song. I haven't thought about that shit since. All right, let's watch this. Every live you do. We'll full screen it. Okay.
Every Live You Do, Episode 1. This episode will have multiple parts. In Part 1, I will lay the foundation for you. I will go slow moving forward, since the point is flying over some heads.
That.
Well, I'm just going to say this. No one from over here fucks with her, goes over there, talks shit to her, nothing.
I have a question about the person narrating. Is that AI? And it, like, if this is a female that has this channel and is making this, can they still sound like a dude? I don't know anything about AI. Hey, white boy moves. So somebody let me know.
Nope. I'm saying to stay away and leave that alone, period.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd probably be better if you don't even, like, just watch or cook channels, you know what I mean? Because at this point, it's very weird, this behavior. But anyway, besides that.
Channel building it too. I mean, that's
true.
There's a whole lot of channel building going on around these parts.
So,
While I'm curious who
And that, listen, I heard somebody say the other day, I don't remember who it was. I don't know. It might have been Dolly. I think it was. Because I listened to a couple people the other day, and someone said, listen, the way to get your channel, one of the ways to get your, it was about, somebody had said something about him doing a live with Morbid. And he said, I don't go on too many panels, but, and I think he said this, and it's true. One of the ways to get your channel to start really picking up traction, you start going on a bunch of panels. I mean, it gives you exposure. But, and when I first started watching Queen Bee, I picked up on that quickly. Like, I remember when PayPal Mal wanted to come and St. Jude Gate? Well, duh, why did she go to Queen Bee? Well, because she knew that's where she was going to get the most exposure. So there, and I would imagine, like, as a creator, I mean, she's generous enough to do an open panel, and let people, if they want to come up every day. I mean, I know that's how it used to be. I don't know if that's still, I mean, and I'm not talking about BTM, but I suppose if I wanted to go over there every day and sit on panel all day, every day, I mean, I guess I could. So I do agree with, I would imagine that once you get to a certain size channel, well, yeah, I mean, this is a place where, things happen, everything happens. It's like building blocks. Everybody starts here at the bottom, I'm assuming. Unless you really are, like, you're a celebrity somewhere, or you're huge on another platform and you bring all those people here. So, like, and just doing an open panel, holy shit. Trust me, I've done a couple of those, and woo, talk about I liken that to going to the circus and walking the tightrope with no net because you have no control over, I mean, you don't know what somebody's going to say, and sure, you can slam them on mute, but that's usually after the damage is done. So that's that in itself is a that people don't give enough credit for doing that, because you have to have the perfect balance of letting everybody say their say, but also knowing when you've got to kind of try and pull the reins back. I take my hat off to her with that. No. I don't mind now and then, but no.
Queen Bee thinks is channel building off her. That is not the point of this part. Let's look at the claims that no one from over there is doing anything to Betty. I don't think I need to play their words. Let's just look at the mod's content.
The mods content. Okay. I've seen, hold on. I'm going to back this up just a second. I want you to keep track, because I haven't done this, but I'm just curious. As they scroll down my thumbnails, somebody look and see how many of them even have her name in them. What are we at? 128. We're going to back it up to 125. Okay, here we go. Start counting. Fuck. 1. I wonder why they went so fast. I mean, okay. I remember that one.
I don't think I need to go into all the clips of Queen's moderator, Burnt Toast, talking about Betty, or how the lawyer fund receipts are being held solely by burnt toast and fried egg, or how Queen Bee.
Okay, well, here's what I'm going to say about that. And I have no earthly idea if that's true or not, but we'll just, assume it is. Or let's just say, even if it is the gospel truth, well, my God, can you listen? It's hard enough to trust one person with something. How many hands would you put in that particular cookie jar? Because with each additional hand that you put in that jar, well, that's more room for fuckery to abound. It's more. I would never just release all that into the wild. My guess would be, obviously, and I don't speak for Queen Bee, but if I had to guess and somebody said to me, well, why is burnt toast and fried good egg? And I don't know if Good Egg has receipts, but we'll just say burnt toast. What? Well, gee, if it was me, I would want to give one person that I trusted, like, look, this is what I've spent, this is what I raised, and I don't know, well, would I pick somebody who knows jack shit all about Betty? Or would I pick someone who has a degree in Betty and who is very well thought of for the most part, and is definitely, even if you don't care for her, I'm pretty sure that there's not anybody that would say except for Betty, of course, when she said that burnt toast was having a meltdown and screaming and raging. Betty, you are so you have lost the plot. You are so lost in the sauce. You cannot see the forest through the trees. You are the only one having meltdowns and rages. So were I in Queen Bee's shoes and I decided that I was going to show one person that is, the receipts, well, I would also choose someone who's, pretty much well thought of and who knows Betty. So that's my answer to that.
Bee's co-host has now become a co-host on Burnt Toast's panel. I wonder if this could be considered third-party contact.
What's that?
Considering Burnt Toast is Queen's moderator, they are on panels together and occasionally share a co-host. But the main moderator I am curious about is this last one.
Okay, when they say the main moderator, okay, I think I heard it like blank screen is the main moderator, but they meant the one that they're most interested in.
It's been proven over and over that he messes with Betty and her moderators in chats, comment sections, and even in Betty's live shows.
So what? Even if he does, so what? Messes with, I mean, that's kind of ambiguous. I personally do not do that. But there's a whole lot of people around here who resemble that. I guess the only issue I'm taking with all this is that it kind of just, it's intimating that there's something nefarious going on, that we're like inside. We'll use Betty words. Betty, are we in a concerted action against you? Bitch, I don't care what the hell you do. You have no effect on my life at all, one way or the other. So whoever's making these, I promise you, I can only speak for me. I talked about Betty long before any of this. I talked about Betty before I had ever heard the name Queen Bee.
There's been a lot of speculation about this one, but I'm only going to present the actual proof. This is a comment blank screen recently left in Betty's comments section. He says, #quick breakdown. You brought all this on yourself, and you want to sit up on here and put the blame onto others and talking about your being under surveillance, when in fact, there's no actual proof of it.
Check.
But you got the simps over here in the comments of yours eating this up as usual.
Check.
Maybe that person was concerned about you harming yourself, and you
Check.
make it seem like you're being swatted,
Check.
putting your life in danger when in reality, that's not the case.
Check.
Apparently, you need to look up and educate yourself on what Will was check and swatting is, instead of hopping up on YouTube throwing a temper tantrum, and also stop lying on people as well.
Check.
One last time for the slow ones in the back. This is just part one.
Well, I can tell you, I'm definitely not a slow one. I might be in the back, but I'm not a slow one. I am also not in a concerted action or a concerted effort. And I don't know, I didn't hear anything said when whoever, I'm just going to say he because he is narrating it. So I heard nothing that sounded like anything nefarious. Every single thing he was attributing to blank screen, I have said myself publicly on multiple occasions. I'll continue to say it. She was not swatted. She is a fucking drama queen whose channel is, I don't know, is her main channel down again? And even though her abacus is a few beads short, I can assure you, I have a fraction of the subs. And I'm talking about her main channel. But even if we go with her backup channel, she and I are almost at about the same. She's got a few more than me, I think, last I saw. I still get more views. I don't give a shit about things like that. The only reason I know is because when she wants to, like, I don't understand why you lie about shit that can be proven to be a lie. It's just not smart. And I've said all the time, just don't lie on me. That I will address. So everything the narrator said and was attributing to blank screen, and it was going by so fast, I couldn't tell you what any of that stuff said. But I heard nothing that was nefarious, or, I don't know what messing with in chats means. If it means going into chat and saying GRIFTER. And then that, let's not forget that, okay? Words, letters, warranted. Can you imagine what is going through your mind when you think you should pick up the phone and call the feds? Because someone is calling you a grifter. you could call me the Unabomber and I'm not picking up the phone to call the FBI. I mean, it's just bizarre. And maybe Betty doesn't recognize it, but I do. And other right-thinking, sane people also recognize that when you start talking about being under surveillance, this is fucking YouTube drama. I mean, this is not Sputnik. This is not Deep Throat. Like, this isn't even the Born Identity. But you would think it is by the way she's talking. I like, seriously. And what I question, where are the people who care about her? Where are they to say to her, Betty, you need to, you got to take a step back from this. I don't know, maybe start off by just logging off for maybe 24 hours. Because when you have gotten to the point where you are telling the world that you are under surveillance, Betty, you are not that important. Nobody has you under surveillance. I can't keep my dog under surveillance while I'm doing a live stream. Like, and you think that people, I mean, it's like this ever escalating thing. So I don't know. I mean, and listen, I don't care. They can put me in every video they want. But the bottom line is, just because I support Queen Bee in this lawsuit, and I do, and I'll continue donating to it. And I have no earthly idea how much money's been raised. It's none of my business. But I can tell you this, as someone who has not only worked in a lawyer's office, I can tell you that even to, let's see, at about, let's say 25, 30 years ago, even then, and he wasn't like a, you know, a big hotshot lawyer. He was just a sole practitioner. I can tell you even then, 25, 30 years ago, it was about $325 an hour for his services. I mean, that's what an average lawyer costs. Attorneys bill their clients. And listen, I've had to use an attorney more than once. And it's always a cost benefit analysis when you've got to decide, you know, should I try and go this alone? Almost always never. Look at Betty. But for those of you not familiar, who've never had to employ the services of a lawyer, first and foremost, consider yourself very lucky. But I can tell you this. Maybe it's changed, but the way it was always done. Hey, Hippie, how are you? Attorneys bill in quarter-hour increments. So the typical scenario, you go consult with a lawyer. Sometimes it's free, sometimes not. Typically, if you have to pay a consult fee, if you decide to hire them, it gets applied to your client account, trust account, retainer. Typically, there's a retainer agreement. You have to, you know, you tell the lawyer, y'all have a little powwow. You tell them, you know, what your problem is. And they come back with, okay, I'm going to need a retainer of maybe $5,000. I'm just pulling numbers out of my ass. Don't necessarily go with the amounts. But I'd say 5,000 is about the bare minimum. Any attorney is going to do anything less than. Whatever the retainer amount is, and you sign a contract, you sign a retainer agreement, It's all spelled out. Client retainer, starting retainer, let's say $5,000. That's a nice round number to work with. And then it gives you everything, the breakdown of all the fees and costs. That money, when you pay, here's another thing I want people to understand, because if you've never had to employ the services of a lawyer, you may not know this. Hey, little Manx, how are you? So I sign, here we go. Here you go, Mr. Lawyer. Here's the signed retainer and a $5,000 check. This check right here, this check immediately goes into the trust account, the attorney's trust account for the benefit of the client. This money is sacrosanct. This is one thing in the law. A lawyer who inappropriately or misappropriates client funds are oftentimes, they are actually disbarred. At the very least, they are sanctioned heavily. It is the mortal sin in the law to misappropriate client funds, number one. So here's my $5,000 retainer. Well, yes, Alec Murdoch, he helped himself. There should have been a lot more paper trail to prevent that, but be that as it may. So here's my $5,000 retainer. Well, so attorney's going to get going on your case. Well, let's just say that once you're okay, so just because the lawyer says, I need $5,000 to get going, after which my fee is, let's say 300 an hour. I think that's too low, but we're just going to say 300. And lawyer gets going on your case. Well, let's see. First of all, we're probably going to fire off some letters because we may not even be in litigation yet, as far as pro se. But if you don't think that a $5,000 retainer is peanuts and they go through it like that, they bill you for every fucking phone call, every time they push enter and send an email, every time they run a piece of paper through a copy machine, everything. They bill, if they put a stamp on an envelope, there's nothing gratis with a lawyer. Every single thing they do on your behalf, you get billed for. Every phone call. That's why we're too wise. If you have to hire a lawyer, keep your calls and questions to a bare minimum, because guess what? While they'll be happy to sit on the phone with you, keying it up for an hour about your case, if you want, all the nitty-gritty details about everything, but do everything with a quickness of speed, because you're getting charged for it. So anytime I've ever retained a lawyer or I worked for one, they bill in quarter-hour increments. So how quickly do you think $5,000 goes bye-bye? And like I said, every email, every piece of paper, every filing, every stamp, you are also paying for the paralegal's time. That's not on his dime. That's on your dime. If the paralegal does work on your behalf, well, you're getting billed for that too. Okay? So if you think an attorney, when you hear a number and you say, oh, bullshit, no, oh, that's bullshit, there's no way. Oh, no, there very much is way. Just get your abacus out and crunch a few numbers. And I promise you, she's being invoiced. And I would imagine that very few people, oh, except for Betty, of course. She now says she's got pockets. She's got deep pockets. Of course, she's not going to use them, but she's got them just in case. So what the fuck are you waiting for? You're full of shit. You have no pockets. Your pockets are like the pockets on some of my jeans. They're sewn shut. They're just for looks. You know, the little tiny ones in the front, they're like that big. Yeah, they're just sewn shut. Pockets. She don't have any pockets. But lawyers are extremely costly. Why do you think there's all these jokes like, what do you call 10,000 lawyers at the bottom of the ocean? A good start? I mean, it's honestly, it just cannot be. I understand that if you've never had the misfortune to have to employ the services of a lawyer, think about it. They have to have a bachelor's degree, 3 years of law school. Some people go on to do a 4th year of law school. They have student loans to pay off. You know, every industry, I don't care. I challenge you. If you don't believe me, I challenge you. And not personal injury. We're not doing that, because personal injury, and this is another thing I've heard here and there. I've heard people say, and I'm like, come again? Hey, Chronicles. Hi, Fragile. Just a YouTuber. How are you? KB. Hey to anybody who came in while I'm talking. I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. Hi, Ashley B. At any rate, just like any other profession, okay? I mean, do you know a plumber? Or how about a journeyman? Let's just say a plumber. Well, do you think that a plumber, if the going rate for a plumber, and when I said about 150, 200 bucks an hour, and listen, they don't typically bill, at least where I live, they don't bill by the hour. But if you break down, like when you have an issue and you have to call a plumber, if you were to break down the total cost of what you pay and how long they were actually working, well, there's your hourly fee. Well, do you think that if most plumbers in the area are charging 200 bucks an hour, do you think there's a plumber out there who's going to say, oh, yeah, no, I'm not. No, I think I'll charge $75 an hour. I don't need to make any money. What? No. Oh, crazy nurse. What was that? Listen, lawyers never, ever, 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 ever get cheaper. Here's another thing you need to remember. Depending on where you live in the country will also determine what their rate is. And if you do not think that, I challenge you, if you do not believe that there's a lawyer out there working for less than $300 an hour, I don't believe it. And the only lawyers, oh, this is what I was going to say, because I've heard this. Oh, you don't have to, you can find a lawyer to take it on contingency. No. The only lawyers I know that take anything on contingency are personal injury lawyers or big, class action suit type of thing. Contingency, and when a lawyer takes something on contingency, listen, all you have to remember is this. I mean, let's be big boys and girls. We're all grown-ups here. Nothing is free. That's all you have to remember. Nothing's free. Just because I dress it up like, ooh, you don't pay anything unless we win. Well, guess what? What's in that little teeny weeny tiny fine print at the bottom of those TV commercials that they don't tell you? Some of them do. Even if they don't win, well, no, you don't have to pay them for their hourly fee. But what you do have to pay them for is every letter they wrote, every phone call they made, every fax they sent, every copy, every time they called Betty and said, Betty, honey, we need you to fire up that, 27-year-old photocopier, that HP inkjet. Get that thing fired up, babe, and go on down to the Office Depot and get yourself a case of paper. We got copies to make. Making copies. That was an old Saturday Night Live bit. Making copies. Yeah. Nobody works for free. Nothing is free. And a case like this, and I promise you, when the retainer starts getting low, I'm quite certain they probably either, hey, let's just say that unless you are waiting to settle a personal injury case, I don't know anybody that gets excited when they see their lawyer's name pop up on their phone. They're like, oh, fuck, how much is this going to cost me? Okay. So just don't ever, lawyers are expensive. Okay. Next to doctors, I don't know professions that charge by the hour. I don't know any that besides physicians, and physicians don't usually charge by the hour, but so there's that. And I think I've hit all the highlights. Oh, the Discord leaks. Listen, it's human nature. There's a reason I'm not in Discord. And I think that I don't know who said this first or where I heard it, but I wish it had been mine. And that was, don't put anything in writing that you wouldn't want to see in a deposition. And for myself, oh, hell yes. Trust and believe. There are absolutely text messages floating around this mofo that I would not enjoy being read for all of YouTube. However, I will tell you this, they're not anything that I'm pretty sure nobody would be shocked and horrified by things I said. No, I mean, I trust and believe. I don't say everything up here that I want to say, so just let that settle for a minute, and then maybe you can kind of suss out what my text messages might look like. However, hey Ellie, what nobody will ever find, and what does not exist, that's why you'll never find it, there is no message with anybody anywhere that I would feel like if law enforcement got a look at it, no, they might call me a bitch, but they wouldn't call me charged with a crime. Unless being a class A bitch is a crime. And those are words to live by, okay? Just a good rule of thumb, don't put anything in writing that you don't want to come back and haunt you. Unfortunately, the medium that we're in, that's the way we all communicate, is so while of course there are things out there that they weren't meant for everybody's eyes when I pass them along, but I always know it's in the back of my mind that could happen. I mean, that's just me being, sorry, I'm just a realist. That's look at all the shit that goes on in this place. So while of course there are things that, like I said, not for public consumption, there's certainly not anything that could ever be called a crime. So I think, and I just, while I think it would be fun to be in the cool kids club, I'm just not willing to I just know for me, it's more enmeshment in YouTube that y'all, I have a hard enough time keeping up with this as it is. I cannot add another layer to it. Plus, I'm old enough to know that it's just listen. It's also been my experience in life that the things that are the most fun, well, they're either fattening, illegal. I mean, I'm just being real. So, and that is not to say that there's anything illegal going on in Discord, not at all. I'm just saying that we all, hey, wise angel, we all decide for ourselves how much or how little we want to be involved. And it's, it's just times like this when I'm like, oh, I'm glad I don't have that added. Hey, keep it real. But really, for me, I mean, it really is. It's just about I don't have enough time. I'm not going to lie and say it wouldn't be fun to walk. It wouldn't be fun to go on a field trip, maybe. Remember when you were in school and you got to go on a field trip? I was like, damn it, are we ever going to go to the mall? We'd be going to the damn aquarium or some shit. And I'm like, I don't want seeing enough fish. We live in fucking Florida. Can we go to the mall? How about the skating rink? Oh, God. Those are back in the days when somebody's mom would drive you. And my mom was always home. So my mom wanted to drive more than I wanted her to. I'm like, no, you already did one. Oh, don't drive. Then I'd say, but if you do drive, tell the teacher I want X, Y, and Z to come in our car. Oh, God. I'm pretty sure back when I was in field trip days, yeah, I know for certain we probably had those moms who had like a flask in their purse, taking a slug at a red light on the way, like Betty and the coffee. Oh, that's a joke. Don't get your knickers in a twist. Oh, well, you don't wear any. Never mind. Ooh, cayenne pepper. CYAN pepper. I love that. Oh, yeah. I think keep it in perspective. And listen, if you cannot, I just feel like once you give your money to someone, like consider it gone. I don't know how else to, and everybody needs to stop watching or trying to watch everyone else's checkbook. Mind your business, worry about your own. Like, why? I don't know. I mean, if you make $10,000 a month and you make $10 a month, neither one of those is affecting what I make per month. But I mean, I get it. I'm coming at it from a different perspective, but I think if you want good for other people, as far as money goes, I think that will come to you. I mean, I don't know. I just think see, this is where it's hard for me to speak on monetization and things like that because I'm not, and I'm purposely not. And trust me, it's not because I wouldn't like to have, people throw me money if they wanted to. I mean, who doesn't? But I just want to keep that layer out of it. So, but I have no issues with anyone getting paid. And whether I like you or not, if you can make this your income and you can thrive here and keep your sanity, I mean, that alone is to be commended. So all right, now I'm going to have to go up and look at this other comment. This is the last one. Well, it was the bottom of the thread. So now I need to go up and look at. All right, this is responding to Glory. All right, so I think that was the one that was being, I think that's who she responded to. I think that's Glory's comment. I think. I don't know what the FAF, I mean, I know what that acronym is, but I don't, in this context, I don't. I see, here's my, I just have here's what I have a hard time with. Betty cries, oh, they're picking on me. Kind of like, I am very well aware that there are certain people, as anybody is who's got a channel. There's no one person on here that every single person who watches is going to say, oh, I love them, they're fabulous. So whether you ever say anything incendiary or not, you're going to have people that are going to have an issue with you for whatever reason. I mean, shit, we're all guilty of this. There are people that like, I don't even like the sound of their voice. And that'll be enough to make me say, oh. So the commentary is not on whether or not it's a legit reason to not like someone. But for someone like Betty, see, I'm very well aware of the fact that there are certainly things that I will say that I don't say them to get under somebody's skin. I don't say them to make someone, go, oh, God, she's a bitch. It's just me. But I'm not going to change who I am for YouTube. So, but I am not out. I don't get in my car and drive hundreds of miles to go play vigilante, insert pretend career in the blank. I mean, we got a lot of them. We could be here a while. So to me, while I understand that, I mean, when I look at, I can only speak from my own personal, the way I look at it with Betty. To me, once you decide, see, the irony of a woman who, on the left hand, oh, I'm a private citizen. You can't try. Oh, her bullshit about you're trying to cause me financial harm. Oh, I can't wait to see those tax returns. $200,000. I guarantee that bitch hasn't made $200,000 in her entire life. Never mind a fiscal year. Senator, what are you doing? Are you coming in here to just hang out, or are you coming in here to I mean, I never blocked you from this chat. And if I encounter you somewhere, we just don't speak. But I don't have an issue with you. In as much as you have never heard me come on here and say, oh, well, you know, Sinner's art sucks. Sinner's an asshole. Sinner this, Sinner that. So, you know, if you want to come to the chat, that's fine. But not if you're coming here to be, you know, to yell at Queen Bee or whoever else is in this chat. Oh, heels. That's right. I know he doesn't like heels. I mean, I don't ever go to your channel or your channel with Emmy or even Emmy's. Well, I mean, I'm just looking at the comments going by saying be nice. So if that's my bad, then I'm sorry. And, you know, you listen, if you can come here and not, you know, argue with people, and I would ask them the same, you don't need to argue. But you know, I've Sinner, I hear you on other channels and I know your thoughts on everything, and I'm not trying to change your mind. But, you know, I would appreciate it if you would give me the same respect that I extend to you when we cross paths. So, at any rate, the irony of a woman who thinks it is cool to go. I mean, listen, I could go through an alphabetical list. I am not going to sit here and just go through the litany of Betty's transgressions. And when I say transgressions, I mean the grimy shit, okay? All her disgusting behavior out in public. I'm sorry, you lose your right to not be judged by your peers when you think you are the fucking judge, the jury, the executioner. And let's bear in mind that oftentimes the people have not been even arrested yet, okay? So I just, there's going to be no sympathy for me on the picking on Betty. People, and I mean, I guess I'll go with that. Okay, we'll just say picking on her. Well, you know, a really good way to get people to stop talking about you and to stop having the thoughts about you. Hold on a minute. Yeah, we're not, the chat's not going to be derailed. So y'all do whatever you got to do. Do it. Whoever's got a wrench, do whatever you got to do. If he cannot deal with what I asked, then so be it. You know, the best way to get people to not want to talk about, nobody's talking about me going out and doing all the shit they talk about Betty doing. You know why? Because I don't do it. Now, people talk about me for other reasons. And that's their right. And I get, see, one of many sharp contrasts between me and Betty. I can very much say, kind of like there's this one, ooh, she's a jelly girl. She's just a sub. And you know, I never say that, but in her case, I will. Not a sub to me, I don't think, but in fact, she was in the past. But you know, I go here, there, everywhere, and if I go to leave a comment somewhere, oh God, if my name has even been in the state of the comment section. Oh God, she's got something to say about me. Which, trust me, I get it, Pumpkin. I'd feel the same way if I were you. See, when I do things like that, I very much understand like what I just did right there. And I'm not saying the person's name, I'm not going to. She can probably figure out who she is. But yeah, that's the only time she ever crosses my mind. But apparently I'm on hers a lot. Okay. But see, I can understand. Like I can sit back and say, oh, well, I can see where somebody like her would have a hate boner for me, despite the fact that I've never said one word to her about her. But this is almost exclusively women, so I get it. And I'm fine with that. I'm not trying to be for everybody. But what I don't do is I don't come on here and tell you, all the reasons why you're a piece of shit. And I just have, if you don't want people to view you in a certain light, and I'm not talking about in a light of like what I just did, that little smart ass thing I just did. Are we having chat drama? Yeah, and that's not just for Sinner. If anybody's, I mean, I haven't seen him say anything, but I'm only looking up every now and again. But when I look up, I'm seeing, that I don't. And on the same token, please do not provoke him. Okay, so I was clip dancing. Oh my God, are we talking about the damn knife dance? Shit, that better be the only clip of me dancing. Do you have me under surveillance? Shit, I'm gonna be over at Betty's house. Yeah, so to me, Betty is not a victim. Betty is a victimizer. And if Betty wants people to stop telling her about herself and tell her to stop acting like a shitbag, well, a little. I hear her say things like, well, what about this one? What, as a true 12-year-old, what about this one? Nobody says anything with this one. And I do 3 protests in 2 years. I clap back after 300, blah, 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 some bullshit. It's just so bizarre to me that a grown woman cannot just say, Betty, I'm going to give you a piece of free advice that you don't deserve. Now, if I thought you were really Betty badass, like you want everybody to think you are, which clearly you're not because you're suing someone because they tell you about yourself. Well, there's lots of us that tell you about yourself. People say shit about me all the time. I don't give a fuck. Just don't lie about me. You want to call me I'm old, I'm ugly, I have fake tits, blah, blah, blah. I don't fucking care. How about it? You, on the other hand, need to micromanage and try to control everything. So here's my piece of free advice to you. Merry Christmas. I'm going to give it to you early. Oh, God. Y'all, please. See, this kind of shit puts me in a bad position. Okay. So if y'all in the chat, if you could just please, here's the deal. If you would please try to avoid putting me in a bad position, which is me having to you know what I do when oh God, what in the hell? Hold on. All right. What somebody give me the like so yeah, like the chat's getting derailed. I'm getting derailed. I mean, oh shit. Hold on. What like seriously? What here's what I like. I don't know. I've never like I don't go places where people have to start like I've never gone to a chat and caused a bunch of upset. I like I don't do that. So I would appreciate it. Like, please, whatever it is that's going on, please stop. Because see, this is what I hate. Because this puts me, ultimately, this puts me in a bad position, and I'm not even doing anything. But it's going to all be left in my hands to deal with. And something tells me that everybody's going to be mad at me, even though I had nothing to do with it. Whatever. I don't even know what it is. So I guess the only thing I can say going forward is well, we'll talk about it when this is over because it doesn't need to be for YouTube consumption. So I really, I mean, I don't have any more to say on this. I do want to talk about this news story I saw before I came in here. Y'all, I typically do not go back and read the chat. But I mean, I will if I need to. Yeah, I'm not worrying about it anymore. I'm not going to look at it. Y'all take care of it. So I saw this before I came in, and when I saw the headline, now can somebody tell me, am I going to have a problem playing? This is a news. This is from a mainstream media news outlet, and it's. Let me see. I think it's from today. Shit. That's another thing I emailed myself. So let me pull that up and I'm going to click on the link. Oh, shit. I know I sent that to myself. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. All right. Can somebody tell me if I'm going to have a problem? When is this from? I think it's from. Oh, okay. So it's from a day ago. I mean, it's cool to play it, isn't it? See, I never play things from news. Who's yelling? My God, I have to go to the bathroom so bad. All I know is I haven't had not one problem in this chat since the last time I had a problem in this chat, which was quite a ways back. Oh, well, I don't give a fuck. This is YouTube. It's not that serious. I mean, I don't appreciate it, but, it's not that serious. So I think this is, I'll tell you what, this was 8 minutes long. And for a news outlet, that's like a damn special. Oh my God. I don't know what that, it's one of those texts. It's like 5 digits and it's some kind of an ad. All right. So can I play this? Somebody tell me, Queen Bee, you played news stuff. Is it cool for me to play this? As long as do I even have to do commentary? Which I will, trust me. There's no chance we're making it through this thing without me doing commentary. Because when I saw this, I was like, oh, damn, I'm getting the Turpin vibes. Hey, Lady K. Did Rowena come in? I didn't see her, but I see somebody saying, hey, Rowena. Hey, oh, there she is. Hey, girl. All right, I'm playing this. Somebody, if this is going to give me a problem, somebody put the red flags up, okay? Let me present. I wasn't on at all yesterday. I didn't listen until this morning. So if somebody did already talk about this, I don't know, but I don't know why. Why would I be shocked? But I definitely was.
Abuse. In August, Oklahoma City police got a tip that a man had multiple children with his stepdaughter.
Hey, I see a red flag. Oh shit. No, I don't edit shit. I don't know how to do that. All right, so I'll just tell the story. And then if y'all want to go here, I'll put the link in the chat. That way, if you guys want to, hold on. If y'all don't know about this and you're interested in it, here's the link. Go watch it. It's 8 minutes long, but I tell you what, it's okay. So basically, it was 11 people living in a house that looked like it should have been condemned. I guess I can take this down since I'm not going to play it. Very much Turpin vibes I was getting. So you've got mother, stepfather, and 9 kids. I'm not sure how many, but several of the 9 children were actually the product, the child resulting in the RAPE. That's not what they called it, but that's what I'm going to call it because that's what it is, because that child could not consent. So mom's boyfriend is RAPE. I'm not sure if it was I don't think it was just one, but at the very least, 12 years old. So one of the at least one, and it's probably more, I watched this in a hurry, at least one of the children of the 9 was the product of the RAPE between mom's boyfriend and mom's 12-year-old daughter. 12, she had the child when she was 12. So she was possibly 11 when conception occurred. And I do not believe she was the only one. So I'll tell you what, I would encourage you to watch it if for no other reason. The absolute godsend hero angel that saved those kids. And a woman, a local business owner, and they didn't say what kind of restaurant it was, but I got the impression that it was possibly a restaurant or, you know, something along those lines. And apparently, now when they showed the picture of the outside of the house, well, here, this should sum it up nicely for you. I'm sure it goes without saying that everything was overgrown, and the yard looked like the Addams Family. Oh, and there was a toilet under a tree in what I'm thinking. Please tell me that's the backyard. Not that it's that much better if you have a toilet under a tree in your backyard rather than your front yard. Hey, kid, I think that had it been in the front yard, phone calls would have been made faster, because it didn't. Honestly, had the house been kept up, it would have been just an average home in an average neighborhood. So stepdad, or piece of shit, he goes into this so possibly 4 of the 9 were the result of him and at least one of the girls, and him assaulting her. The outside was a disaster. At some point, dad goes and gets a job at this local business owner's place of business. And she said one day he started bringing one of the girls with him. And she said, when I first started talking to her, I thought she had an accent. And these kids are being interviewed by a local reporter. They are only being shown from here down. But their voices are their own voices. They did not change. They didn't change their voices. But she said, I thought at first she had an accent, but then it was, when I heard the little girl speak, to me, it sounded like she had a speak. Actually, if I hadn't known and you just said, listen to this and tell me what you hear, I would have thought she was deaf. That's what I would have assumed. At some point, dad it raised red flags for the business owner, but he must have gotten keyed in on it, and he quit and just left and was gone for, I can't remember how long it was, but it was, at the very least, it was many months, and it might have been more. It might have been as much as a year or more, but he came back at some point. And she said the van, he had like a minivan. Hey, Earth, how are you? Oh, thank you. You too. He had like an old school, almost like an Astro van, packed with clothes, and clothes and food. So she thought that was odd. She said that they appeared dirty, they smelled. Well, the second time around, she said, I just knew that what I thought the first time was absolutely correct. Something is very wrong here. And she was, I mean, God bless that woman. Honest to God, she's an absolute hero, because I don't know what would have happened, how much more those kids would have gone through had she not done what she did. So she picked up the phone and she called law enforcement. And do you know that she was so afraid? And obviously they said, okay, give us all the information you've got. And clearly they were bothered enough that they started doing investigating. And she was so worried that he was going to pick up on what was going on and take off that she let him, and I think they all went. She had a rental property that she let him stay in, because that was how much she wanted to make sure that he stuck around. And she got emotional a couple times over, and I'm sure there was no guilt for not that. And I'm not saying she should feel guilty. She's a hero. But it's just natural that if it was me, I'd be doing the same thing. I'd be thinking back to, oh my God, if I had said something, if I had gone with my gut instinct. We live in a world where, people are very, especially the more technology, the less human contact we have to have with each other. I mean, everything you want. Listen, technology is an agoraphobic's dream. What do you really have to leave your house for if you don't want to? You can even have doctor on demand. I mean, obviously, if you break a bone or something, that's not going to work, but you can go to the doctor virtually. You can get your groceries delivered. You can, I mean, anything you can think of. You can have mobile dog grooming come. And the more we have technology, and the more things we find that we can use technology for, is the less human connection we have. It's just, I've said a million times, Ted Kaczynski was not wrong at all. His methods were horrible and vile, and that's where Ted Kaczynski was wrong. But I'm there with him. I think that technology will prove to be one of the worst things that's ever happened to society, while at the same time being one of the best things that's happened. It's kind of like YouTube, in the respect that it's one of those cases where two polar opposites exist at the same time. Technology is the worst thing that's ever happened to society and families in general. And human relationships and connections, real ones, where you really get to know people because you're forced to, instead of just something on a screen that's filtered and, like all the influencers with their fake lives that don't exist, like the cars that they rent and take pictures of themselves in front, just all that kind of shit. So while Kaczynski was insanely misguided and horrifying in his methods, he was brilliant, and he was not wrong. Just like YouTube is a team sport, while also very much being an individual sport. It's just, how it is. But the woman, I mean, had it not been for her, who knows how much longer it would have gone on. And just the kids had never, I don't remember the ages, but they were not little teeny tiny ones. I mean, there might have been one or two, but they said none of them knew how to read or write. None of them had ever been to a doctor. Can you imagine? I mean, was this woman like, I wonder how many, so the mom must have had like 5 kids. I mean, think about it. They had this child, or maybe children possibly, but at least one child had to have gotten pregnant and delivered a baby at home. I mean, things like that, those are the things that make me scratch my head and say, my God. Can you imagine what the place, they said that the officers that finally went in, that the place was filthy, and all of the kids were on one very soiled mattress on the floor. Can you imagine? I can see it in my mind. And you know, it was, ugh. And I'm trying to picture a 12-year-old giving birth in a filthy house with obviously no pain medication, no monitoring, no prenatal care. It's almost, I tell you what, had it not, her tender age was probably the only reason that she was able. I mean, if that had been you or me, you know, when you're a child, I just, and it should have been obvious by the looks of the place, and not a one of them. I don't think it, I do believe the news piece said they had never been to school. And what was so troubling to me, hey, Mom, okay, give me a minute. At the end, the mother said, they said something about the mother was working hard to try and get her kids back out of state custody. For me personally, no. You don't get your kids back. Clearly, you have no protective instinct. And I don't, obviously, the woman was abused. I mean, I don't doubt that for 1 minute. However, there comes a point when you have to protect your children, okay? And I'm sorry, when baby daddy or husband or boyfriend or whatever the hell he was, when he started assaulting her own child and impregnated her multiple times, no, that's, I don't want to hear about, it's not that I'm not unsympathetic to what she herself was likely going through. I am. But as a mother, no, you don't sacrifice your children to keep a man. You just don't. And to know the living conditions. I mean, I'm not going to presume. Thank God, I've never been. Can't keep it real. Hi, Nurse Bev. I've never been in her shoes, but I am a mother. And that'd be the goddamn day. That's what I'm telling you. Because for me, if it came down to it's going to be my child is going to be RAPED, or he's going to go BYE, however that has to happen. Well, you can guess which one I'd pick. I mean, so while I have no doubt that she was suffering all kinds of things, but ma'am, you don't need your kids back. You need to get yourself together. Get yourself. That woman needs intensive therapy just by the very nature of what she allowed to go on. So that's not going to be fixed like that. For me, the best possible thing that I could see is mom and all the children involved get intensive therapy, exclusive of one another. Not the kids, but mom, exclusive of the kids. And then when they are at an age where they're old enough to make an informed decision, well, then they get to decide. Do they want to reestablish contact with mom? Because mom did not protect them. And I mean, I'm not passing judgment on why she didn't, but she didn't. And that's, and they've already suffered what looks like, for some of them at least, their entire lives because of that. The news link did say that the kids are in school now for the first time, and the one, it was, oh God, it was sad. She said, she was so excited because she read a book for the first time. I mean, it just, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, fuck him. Put him away for the rest of his life. We don't need him. I'm very much a proponent of the death penalty. I just think there are some things that we need to chlorinate right on out of the gene pool. Yeah, bye. We don't need you. Out. I'm not saying that, obviously you have to reserve that for the most egregious, but this is pretty egregious. And yeah, put him under the jail. I agree. I agree very much. Well, y'all, it's 3.5 hours. And here's my exit plan. I am on the rapid downward descent into the holidays. Bob, I promise I'm coming. Hold on. Let me let the dog in. Oh, God. Oh, shit. Okay, come on. What are you doing? Oh, God. What's today? Thursday? Yeah, I doubt. I'm probably going to be radio silent until I come back. I think I'm coming back hopefully by the end of the day on New Year's Eve, I think. Possibly New Year's Day, but that's doubtful. And I'm going to have to disassemble Christmas and unpack and do laundry and go to the grocery store and do all that shit. So I would say, let me see, what day is? Christmas is on Sunday, so New Year's Day will be, shit. Where's Christmas Eve on Sunday? Let me look. So I'm thinking, oh, do I already have shit? I already have something January 3rd. Well, my goodness, I'm just a busy little bee. I've got stuff to do up until the 5th of January. But that doesn't mean I couldn't, come in here in between, like maybe at the end of the day instead of the beginning of the day. But I'm gonna be gone for a while. And I'm actually very much looking forward to it. I mean, I love, this is my favorite time of the year anyway, because we get to go and it's just nice. Like we go spend between Christmas, day after Christmas and New Year's with our family. And, it's just nice. It's just, there's no, like none of the, I'm not going to be on YouTube. That's what I'm saying. And I'm, just in case I don't reach out to you personally and you're one of my little birds, y'all can drop bird seed in my inbox, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be looking at it. And I do not want any YouTube communications unless it is a safety concern, unless you need to get in touch with me because I need to go get a Kevlar dress and a metal hat. I'm going radio silent. And I would highly encourage you to, I don't know, y'all, this is that one time of the year, well, besides Thanksgiving, where it's like, if you're lucky enough to have your family and you have them close by and all this shit, this is all going to be sitting here waiting. And I think it's definitely a good, it's a good palate cleanser. Just like put the YouTube down, step away from the YouTube for a little while. But I'm so grateful to all of you. Anybody, I'm thrilled to death that anybody cares about anything that I have to say. I love that. My husband really loves it. Even if you're a jealous bitch and you can't keep my name out your mouth. Thanks to you too. I love to know that. Boy, I love to know that I can do that. That's where like the, got the angel and the devil. Sometimes. All right, kids. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. And my wish for you is whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, any of the other holidays that I don't even know about, or if you don't celebrate anything at all, even if you're not, you don't celebrate Christmas and you're not a believer and any of that, it's still a time for getting together with people you love and care about. And I wish that for everybody, even for you, Betty. And I do. I wish that for everybody. I hope everybody has somewhere to go and be with people that they care about and who care about them. And I think that's it. So I'm going to see you guys. I mean, up until the time I leave, I may go into a chat here and there. If I can get enough done, but I definitely will not be doing. There will be no more content until 2024. My God, where does the time go? Time flies. All right, kids. Thank you all so much. I appreciate all the love and support. Mods, I appreciate you guys. And okay, Bob, I'm coming. And the dog really wants to go out. So Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. And I will see you in 2024. Bye, pussycats. All right, you, K9.